and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I am the Northener, and as you again would have seen from either the thumbnail or the title or even the opening of the video, if you just happen to stumble on it, we are back discussing some more Evercade stuff. So first of all, I'm going to put out, I've had some new credits and some new artwork done by an absolute legend of a person. I reached out to them, they did them and dropped them over to me. Absolutely brilliant guy, and I definitely owe him a couple of beers. So yeah, I hope you like the new credits and the new art on the channel. So yeah, as I said, we're back talking about some more Evercade stuff. So what are we talking about today? Well, today we are talking about cartridge number 5, which is the Atari Collection number 2. Now, much like with the first one, I won't have played any of these games really. If I have, they'll be few and far between. What we'll do, same with the rest of the videos, I'll run you through the games that are on the games list, then I'll do some capture, give my thoughts on the games that I played, and then wrap up. So yeah, without further ado, let's run the games. Okay, so let's have a look at what games are on this cartridge then. So first up we have Erc Battle, which is a 1977 game. As I keep saying, I'm going to say I was -8 when this came, sorry, -6 when this came out. This is on the Atari 2600. I definitely won't have played on any of these games for the Atari. They're just before my time, either before my time or systems that I would not have played on. So yeah, Erc Battle, which is a combat game. We then have Asteroids from 1986 on the 7800. Now, I'm sure there was an Asteroids game on the Collection 1. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I'll take a look. Then we have Basket Brawl for the 7800. Again, I'm sure there was something similar on the Collection 1. This is from 1990, so I'm assuming these are some of the upgraded versions. We have Bowling from 1984. Woo! I was born then. I was 1 year old, on the 2600. We have Centipede from 1987 on the 7800. Now, I have played Centipede in the past. I've played a modern take on it. We have Dark Chambers from 1988, which is an adventure game. I have no idea, but we'll take a look. Demons to Diamonds from 1982. I can't even begin to think what that game style would be. I assume you shoot those demons with that ship at the bottom. Again, might take a look at that. We have Desert Falcon from 1987, which was on the 7800, which is a shooter. We have Human Cannonball, which is a simulator. It looks like you have to fire yourself out the cannon. That should be interesting. That's from 1978. Haunted House, again from 1978 on the 2600. It's an adventure game. Not quite sure what that'll be like. We have Millipede from 1984, which looks very similar to Centipede. I'm imagining that Centipede, given that it came later, was a potential sequel. We have Planet Smashers on the 7800 from 1989, which is a shooter. We have Radar Lock from 1989 on the 2600, which is a simulator. We have Real Sports Tennis from 1983, the year I was born, on the 2600. Submarine Commander from 1982 on the 2600. Sprint Master from 1988 on the 2600. Solaris from 1986 on the 2600. Street Racer from 1977 on the 2600. I'm seeing a pattern here of 2600 games. Wizard on the from 2005 on the 2600. So that must be somebody who's created a newer game for the Atari 2600. Yar's Revenge from 1982, which is a shooter, and then we're back to Erc Battle. So what I'll do is I'm going to charge up the Evercade, and then I'll capture some game footage and tell you my thoughts on the games as I'm playing them. So yeah, let's roll the game footage once this is charged. Okay, so here we are playing Erc Battle, I believe it's called, from 1977. Um, I think what I've got to do is shoot these planes as they fly across and time it. Although I've managed to get one of them. There we go. There's two. What's next? Helicopters. They seem to be going faster as they come along. Wow. It's very basic, but it's still not massively easy, if you will. Um, you've got to time it pretty much spot on, or you're really bad at it like me. It's alright. Not the worst game I've ever played. Like I say, it's very basic, but what do you expect from a game from 1977, I guess? You know, I don't have a time limit, I don't think. I can't see one. God, I'm rubbish at it though. There we go. Let's see if there's a time limit. Hopefully not. Ah! I can't seem to fire with the other one, so I don't know whether this was designed to be a two-player game and you've got two, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Mortar from one side for one player and one side from the other. But yeah, it's simple but still playable. I assume that now that that's flashing, that is my time limit dwindling down. Yeah, it's alright. There's not much I can say about it. It's basic, but it's playable. Yeah, that would be the time limit up because I can't fire anymore. Not the worst game I've played, not the best. Let's move on to the next one. So, here we go then. A game from the year after I was born. This is Bowling. Very, again, basic. But the game is 36 years old, so, you know, there's not much you can say about it really. Pretty straightforward. You move your man, you bowl, you knock the pins down. That's the same as any 10-pin bowling game. It's a bit strange that it's horizontal instead of a sort of vertical plane that you're playing down, but it's another, I guess, one of them very basic games. I would never have thought about this. I would never have looked for it. I would never have played it. Oh, you can control the ball. I did not know this. So you can control the ball with the up and down arrows. There we go. Strike. I assume that means I got a strike, and but yeah, it's a playable game. Nothing too intense. It's not the best bowling game I've ever played. It's not the worst. Not the best. But yeah, again, basic game, but still worthwhile having a go. Yeah, let's move on to the next. Okay, so this is a game that I've not played. Seems to be from the 1990s. That emulation doesn't look the greatest. But let's see. It might just be the way I've got it set up. Let's have a go. I assume this is as power up. No. Okay. Yeah, it's not the best shooter I've played on these collections. That probably lands with Sevius so far. It's not the worst. What does shooting that? Shooting that changes the colour of it. Do I have sort of... I assume I've got a health bar somewhere. a playable. There we go. Playable little shooter, but yeah, it's not the worst game I've played. Certainly not the best shooter I've played, but it's playable. I'm keen to get into a bit more of these older games now on the Evercade, just purely because I've never played them, and as I've said all throughout these videos, they're not games that I would sort of collect for if it wasn't for this system. So I'm just interested to try and get into some of the older games. I'll reset it. But yeah, the emulation doesn't look great. I'm gonna have to see what that looks like on the Evercade itself when it's not hooked up to my capture device. But yeah, I'll do one more and then we'll come back for a wrap up. Okay, so last game is Radar Lock from 1989. I've no idea what the premise of it is. Oh, it's a shooter again. The picture made it look like a racing game. It's yeah, again, not the worst game I played. I actually thought this was when I saw the image on the menu, I thought this was a game that I used to play in school that had, when we were doing IT, that had sort of a track that you ran across, and you basically moved left and right and up and down and jumped over gaps and things like that. It was a racing game. I cannot for the life of me think what it was called. So we had that, and we had Wolfenstein, I want to say, and another, I think it was a breakout style game that we could pick up. They were supposedly hidden from us, but we managed to find them. There was say all the Windows games in terms of Solitaire and Minecraft, Minesweeper, but yeah, I thought that was what this was, but it's not. This is again another basic, simple game. I imagine it was probably again from 1989. You know, it's what, 31 years old. I imagine it was probably again state of the art back in the 80s. Although I'm pretty sure the NES was around then. I remember the NES having better, but maybe that's just my nostalgia kicking in. I'm sure Top Gun, the NES game that I had to test my NES, has massively better graphic style than this. But yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to just land somewhere or whether I've got a target here. But yeah. It's not bad. I would say it's not the greatest, but it's not bad. Let's come back live and do a wrap up. Okay, so we're back for the third time of trying this now. My capture card seems to be interfering with the audio on my microphone, so bin the capture card off for now, and back talking about this collection. So, what are my final thoughts on this collection? It's not the worst set of games I've ever played or seen. It's probably not. Well, it's definitely not the best game series I've ever played. For games I wouldn't go out my way to sort of look or find or buy the systems for, they are pretty good games. I mean, I really love this. I love the Evercade because it lets me sample bits of history that I would never have touched. I mean, for example, my favourite game on Collection 2, was Erc Battle. It's a simple game. The premise of it's simple, but it was still fun to play. Truly, I don't want to pick a worse game off of this. If I had to pick a worse game, it'd probably be Radar Lock. Just purely, I didn't gel with it. That said, it's not overly bad, just not great. There is no way. I mean, this is Collection 1. There is some crossovers between them, but there is no way that I would be able to pick up the 3 Ataris that these span, plus these 40 games for the price of the Evercade and these 2 cartridges. No way in this world, and I wouldn't even go out of my way to do that. So, you know, they are excellent little cartridges, excellent collections, and it's always great to play a bit of history, as I say. I'm going to stop repeating myself now. So yeah, best game on the Erc Battle. Worst game, although I'm reluctant to say worst game, is Radar Lock. I rated this at about a 2 out of 5. You know, same as I think I did with Collection 1. Great little collections. I'm going to play more of them. Hopefully see some more of them. I actually completed my Evercade collection that is out at the minute the other day, so you're going to see more of these coming out. Just giving my thoughts on these. You're going to get to see bits, you know, some of them be more in depth than others purely because of the sheer number of games. But yeah, all that's left for me to do is thank you for watching. I've been the Northener, and I'll catch you on the